Okay, so in this Fumana Fridays video, we're going to take a look at the Fumana with some spectral transfer, some vocoding functions. Strip out my dry drum sounds. Here's Fumana on its own in stereo. Sounding very good. So it's in stereo because I'm taking the odd and the even outputs and panning those hard left and right. As I've said in other videos, it's not a stereo output or stereo input. I'm just choosing to split the odd and even numbered bands in stereo. Now, the patch is a single input to both the odd and even bands, and this is a series of 3 oscillators tuned to a chord. Now I'll pull out some of the modulation of those oscillators, and here's that dry sound. There's some modulation of these with a random looping LFO, just for a little bit of warble. I then have an input which is my drum patch, which is this, just a loop. And with no modulation of Fumana, here's what that sounds like, taking these chord sounds as my input and using the drum sounds to modulate these bands. Now the next thing I did was take this envelope follower out from the lowest band and actually clocked a random looping sequencer to create some pitch movement in my oscillators. So here's the dry input sound, not through Fumana. And let's patch up some modulation to the tuning of these oscillators. This is just a random looping sequencer. But through Fumana, I really like being able to hear those pitch changes, but it not be so obvious, like if I mix the dry in. We can tilt this. And there's a little sub hit in the drum loop that's giving us more than just a steady 4 to the floor rhythm out of this output, which is kind of glitching. Let's hear the dry sound again. There we go, just caught it. Glitching some really quick pitch changes in these oscillators. This is entirely external to Fumana, it's just a patch I have set up. Well, let's modulate the tilt. Bringing in these high bands with a looping envelope, and I have some bands So this is one of several videos already online on my channel with the Fumana. Go back and check those out in the Fumana Fridays playlist. I will link that in the video description, including an interview with Frap Tools about its origins and its development and some of its uses as well. This was just a basic look at vocoding this chord sound against this drum sound, this being the output. More videos to come for Fumana Fridays. Hit like, subscribe, comment, leave a question. Support me on Patreon if you'd like extra content. Cheers for watching.